Welcome to your practice. This is a challenging pose that we're going to use a character in mythology, mermaid, to really dive into the water element in a challenging way. So what I'd like you to do is come to the top of your mat in Samastitihi. Close your eyes. As you inhale, sweep your arms up, lengthen your spine. Take a little back bend here. So curving the front body. And then exhale, pour yourself over, spread your toes, drop your head. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And as you exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot behind you, lower your left knee, and then take your hands to your right thigh. And you're going to scrub your hands forward on the right thigh. So you can kind of feel the thigh move away from the belly. And then you're going to drop your pelvis down as much as you can. You can point or flex your back foot, but we're drawing the right sitting bone towards the right heel. And then draw the lowest part of your belly back and curl up. Take a breath and just notice. Exhale, relax the neck and shoulders. Find the fluidity of your breath. Take your hands down, tuck your back foot toes, lift your back knee, step forward, and let's just change sides. Take your right foot back, lengthen, set your right knee down. You can point or flex the back foot, and then interlace your hands and scrub the front thigh forward as you pull yourself down. And then draw your low belly back, curl up, start to lift and lengthen the spine, still drawing in around the waist and pressing the low belly back. Take another breath. Feel the length of this back thigh. And then exhale, place your hands down, lift your back knee. And let's step back to down dog. Inhale here, come forward to plank. Strengthen your legs. And then dip your pelvis down into up dog. I didn't move my feet at all. Exhale, go back to down dog. Inhale, pass through plank. Come into up dog, feeling that elasticity in the front body, but strengthen your legs. Exhale, lift your hips. Inhale again, plank, bow the front body, and exhale, move back, downward dog. Take your right leg, right foot forward. Lower your left knee again. This time, we're going to stand on our back knee instead of press the pelvis forward. Take your right hand to your right thigh, and again, scrub the thigh flesh forward. Turn your left hand back, open your left shoulder. So we're going to roll the head of the arm bone back, and then pick up your back foot. You might need a strap for this. And then from here, keep the shoulder back, but spin your rib cage forward. There's a tendency to kind of close the shoulder off here. Keep rolling your shoulder back. Lift the chest, scrub the right thigh forward, and then maybe you start to pull the heel in toward your hip. What we're looking for is just some strength or some lengthening on this back thigh. Take a breath. If you cannot breathe through it, if you have to grit your teeth or make funny faces, then it's too much. So easing off as you need to. Take another breath. Scrub the right thigh forward, pull the left heel in, lift up through the skin of the belly, relax your neck and shoulders. Release your back foot by bowing forward, lift your back knee, step forward to change sides. Put your right knee down, lift your chest, scrub your left hand forward, turn your rib cage. So this right shoulder, again, instead of rotating forward to grab the foot, we're rotating it back. Pick the foot up, pull the heel in, and then spin your rib cage to the front, keeping the head of this right arm bone back. Scrub your left hand forward, lift up through your sternum. Take a breath. Exhale. Scoop the pelvis underneath you and lengthen your spine. Take one more breath here. We need some opening in our hip flexors for Mermaid Pose. Release your right foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, come to up dog, bowing the front body, but keeping the strength of the arms and legs. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Heel is on the mat, toes turn out in the direction of your knees. Pull your spine forward and lower your left knee down. Put your left hand on the mat. I like to turn my fingers out to the side. You can also bring a block underneath your hand if you need to. Take your right arm up, open the chest back. This is like you're holding a bowl of soup and you don't want to spill it. So if you spill the soup, this right shoulder falls forward. So open the chest, lean into your left hand, get this big opening through the left side of your belly, open the right shoulder back. You can stay here or you can capture the back foot with your hand or a strap. But if you have to drop your bowl of soup to get it, don't do it. Take a breath. Exhale. Spinning, pulling the heel in if you have it, any amount. But there's a containment here. We're not just falling and oozing to the floor. I'm pushing down into my bones in order to facilitate the movement of the inner body. Release your foot. Take your hand down to the floor, spin your toes back, downward dog. Step your left foot outside your left hand, heel on the mat, toes off, lower the pelvis. Right fingers turn out and lean into the arm, even this right shoulder, pack it back. Take your left arm back, hold your bowl of soup. So this already could be huge inside of your body. If your breath has to change, if you can't ebb and flow with your inhale and exhale, back off just a little bit. Support yourself. More is not always better. And then bend your back knee, flick the toes back. Maybe you hold the foot and pull it in a bit more. Any variation here where you're receiving some feedback. Inhale. Exhale. One of the traps we get into is we think we have to do all these fancy things in yoga in order to be able to do yoga. I hear so many students say, I'm not good at yoga, or people say, I'm not good at yoga. Yoga isn't about being good at anything except breathing and showing up. So take an inhale, breathe into what you find, finding the ability to soften something. And then release your foot, step back, downward facing dog. Let's come into up dog again. Inhale, open up. Just noticing what's changing in the front body. Downward facing dog. Good. We'll come forward to plank, lower all the way to your belly, and you're going to take your left arm out to the side. Walk your left fingers out as you start to roll over onto your left side of your body. You can stay here. You can bend the knees if you need to. You can also take your right foot behind you. And then another option here is to hover the right foot and take your right hand to grab the right foot, and you kick your foot into your hand. Now, for more support, your bottom leg could bend, and that'll give you something more to rest on. A little more challenging is to straighten that left leg. Now, your bowl of soup, roll your shoulder back to open the shoulder here. Take another breath, kick your foot into your hand, exhale completely, and then release the hand and foot if you have it. Place your right hand down. Come back to your belly. Come back to symmetry into cobra. Click your toenails down. Inhale, curl up. Just notice the difference between the shoulders here. Lower down. Take your right arm out to the side. Change my mic here just so I don't squish it. And you're going to walk your fingers out as you roll over to your side. Now, this is already plenty, right? That we don't have to push ourselves. Being challenged doesn't mean we take the hardest variation. It means we recognize when we're being challenged and we stay with it. So you could stay, you could step your foot behind you. If it's available, you can grab the foot with the hand, remembering you can bend that bottom knee as well. And I've got a little bit of a connection. I'm rotating my pelvis under just a bit so I can kick my foot into my hand. So it's less of a balance because I'm holding just the right amount of tension here to stay so I can continue to stretch my right pec, which is really the point of this pose, is the bottom arm. Take a breath. Drop your brain, exhale. And then release the foot, release the hand, lower onto your belly, and come into cobra. Inhale, peel the front body up. Feel and sense the elasticity that's coming. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath. Stay in down dog for one more exhale. And then take your right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot forward and come into a crescent lunge. Micro bend your back knee. Take your arms up. You're going to bend your back knee and you're going to rotate the pelvis underneath you and slide your kidneys back. Let's do hands to hips here. Relax your neck. The lower you go, the more challenging it is. You might notice some quivering, but I just want a lot of length in this hip flexor. Take one more breath. Rotate the pelvis underneath. Slide the kidneys back. Relax your neck. And then from here, you're going to spring forward into warrior three. Take your left leg behind you, hands to heart or hands to hip, wherever it's helpful. Energize your back leg and just notice the contrast. Take another breath, practicing your balancing here. Steady eyes. And then slowly step back, take your arms up, inhale, and then let's step forward and change sides. We're just going to step back with the right foot, coming into our second side. Crescent lunge. Put a little bend first, ground yourself. Put a little bend in your back knee. Rotate your pelvis underneath you and slide your kidneys back. Take a breath here. And now we're going to bend the knee a bit more. Rotate the pelvis underneath you and then lean back. There might be some quivering. Inhale. Exhale. If you have to clamp down the face and frown and hold your breath, it's too much. We need to find the challenge in the right amount, that there's this elasticity. Yeah, things are challenging, but that we're able to still sort of embrace it and relish it without getting hard. When we get too challenged, we like turn into beef jerky and it's like this crunchy version of ourselves. And I want you to stay hydrated. Now, push forward, warrior three, breathe, inhale, exhale, steady eyes, inhale, pack your standing hip in, turn your right hip down, and then slowly step back, land, and let's come back to Tadasana, top of the mat, arms by your side, take a breath, inhale, exhale, land in your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up, little back bend, and then fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold again, exhale. Step back to plank, inhale. And lower onto your belly, exhale. Point your toes, roll your shoulders back, cobra, just sensing the elasticity in the body. And exhale, lower down. We're going to come into Sphinx now. So bring your elbows underneath you. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand and grab the top of your foot. Pull your heel in and then spin your rib cage forward. This could also be another opportunity for a strap if you can't reach the foot. Press your pubic bone down. Lift the belly. If it goes into your low back, put your head down. Inhale here. Press your pubic bone down. Take one more breath. From your pubic bone to your navel to your sternum, lift up. And then release. Let's change sides. Left elbow down. Bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand. Pull the heel in. Slide your belly up. Remember, use a strap if you need to. Inhale here. Exhale, pubic bone heavy, pelvis is heavy. And then you keep the ground of the pelvis and you start to slide from pubic bone to navel, navel to sternum. And it's subtle. It's not a big movement, but we're just shifting the energy in the body so that we can get in there and release some of the tension that we all carry in the hip flexors. Release your foot, lower down, bring your head down, take a moment, rock your hips a little side to side. Good, and then take your left hand to your left foot, take your right arm in front of you, press your pubic bone down, press your outer hips down, and then kick everything up, curl up, inhale, exhale, lower, release, right hand, right foot, kick your foot into your hand, inhale, pick everything up, and exhale, lower. Release, put your hands beside you, one more cobra, inhale, peel it up, downward facing dog. Come forward to the top of your mat, walk or hop, standing forward bend, rise to stand, inhale. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, here we go. Stand on your right foot. We're coming into baby dancer. This will be our modification for mermaid. Take your left hand to your left foot. Take your left shoulder, roll it back. Take your right arm up. Inhale here. Kick your foot into your hand and start to hinge forward. Noticing all the work that we've done in the front of the body here to start to elongate. Take a breath, rise up, release, and come into the second side. Right hand to right foot, turn sideways here. Right hand to right foot, left arm up, kick your foot into your hand and start to bow forward. Just a little. Thinking more of like a teardrop shape, a back bend, than a forward bend. Take a breath, roll the right shoulder back, and release. Okay? So that's option one. Here we go with mermaid from standing. This pose can be done standing, kneeling, and also in pigeon. But we're doing it from standing today. Step on your right foot. Hold your bowl of soup. Grab the hand to the inner foot and pause here. Now, to slide the foot up a little higher, I have to open my knee, and I'm going to take my hand and slide my hand up so that my toes come into the crease of my elbows. And then from here, you'll notice the big opening in the front of the hip. You can stay here, right hand to the back of your head and curl up, or you're going to start to lift up and hook the hands. Spin your rib cage forward. My toes are flicking back, curling up. Take a breath and then release. Good. Second side. So remember, if you're like, lady, no thank you, then you're going to take dancer pose and work your way towards it. Take your right foot into your right hand, roll your shoulder back, stand into this left foot, and really lift the chest. You can stay here working your baby dancer, or pick up the right knee a bit, start to slide your right foot towards the crease of your elbow, and then stay, or left hand to the back of your skull and curl up. Draw in around your waist. For a little more, maybe you hook the hands, curling up, squaring the pelvis, flick your toes back, breathe, release, set it down. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep clearing breath in and out. The challenge practice is meant for you to come back to again and again, for it to excite you and inspire you to continue to unfold. I hope you embrace the challenge and that you keep the fluidity and the softness that's required in order to meet and face any challenge in your life. Namaste.